My name's Raphael, and I was born with a werewolf syndrome. My life was hell from the very early days, but this one event changed everything completely. Since I was born, I was hard to look at. My mom would walk around the park with a baby stroller with me inside, all cheerful and happy, and people would come up to her to congratulate her. But as soon as they saw my face, they'd turn their faces away in disgust. I had hair growing on all parts of my body, but the most horrifying was my face. I went to kindergarten for 3 days. 3 days until other moms came up to my mom and said that I'm scaring their children. My face is giving them nightmares. I shouldn't be in public. My mom really tried to protect me from all the mean comments, but she couldn't. As soon as I enrolled in school, I knew what I was, or at least what other kids saw me as. I was called a monster, Chewbacca, monkey, and these nicknames were probably the easiest to hear. This is when I discovered humor as a great defense mechanism. I even tried to do bits and jokes about myself just to get them to like me, but it didn't help. I couldn't take it anymore. So I dropped out of school and decided to find a job. I tried changing every part of myself. I bought a shaving machine and shaved most of my body every morning. If only I knew what a horrible mistake I was making. But for a while, it worked. It worked wonderfully. I shaved my face daily and I got a job at an amusement park selling tickets. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was enough to be able to finally move out of my parents' home. People started being nice to me. They'd talk to me. They'd be able to look me in the eyes. And I was beyond happy because finally, I was treated like a human being. But not only that, I was treated like a man. Attracted to me, but it happened. There was this girl, a woman, Kaylee, that was working at the Ferris wheel. She was so girly and cheerful. She'd always wear these old school dresses and her laugh would make my heart burst. Every time after the shift, she'd come to me with ice cream and we'd walk home together, having the best time. After a while, I finally had the courage to tell her I like her, and she confessed that she had feelings for me too. A couple of months passed and we were in love. Going to work together, going home together. It was wonderful. Until this one horrible day. I got sick. I caught the flu or something, so I took some days off work to get better. As I was staying at home, in my bed, drinking gallons of tea, I didn't shave. I didn't have the energy nor the motivation to do that. The whole day passed by. I was watching some TV show when I heard someone knocking on my door. Quite aggressively. I put on a bathrobe and went to open the door. God, I really didn't think it through. I was sick, tired. My face was covered in hair, and I opened the door to see Kaylee. She was all stressed out. I leaned towards her to give her a hug, but as soon as she looked up, she saw my face, my true face, and she screamed. She screamed so loud, I thought that the whole neighborhood will come running. Just then it hit me that she never really saw how I looked when I didn't spend an hour shaving in the morning. Please come in, let's talk. I tried calming her down. She burst into my home, still shaken. I tried hugging her, but she backed away. She looked like she was terrified of me. I sat down and spent the whole hour telling her about my condition while she was sobbing. I kept wondering, will she be able to love me after hearing it? But then I remembered that she was nervous before she saw me. I asked Kaylee about it, and what she said to me nearly gave me a heart attack. I'm pregnant, she told me while choking on her tears. I was beyond happy. I couldn't be happier. All I ever wanted was a person near my side who accepted me, who loved me. I wanted a family. I bought like 3 more pregnancy tests to be sure, she mumbled, and went into the bathroom. It seemed like she calmed down, but she was cold, emotionless. I waited in the bedroom for what seemed like ages. When I finally heard her coming out of the bathroom, she was holding the pregnancy test in her hand. And, are we going to have a baby? I wanted this so much. She looked at me dead in the eyes and said a harsh no. I've never seen this cheerful person so cold-hearted. I don't want a baby with you. I can't be with you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just can't. I felt my heart break into a million pieces. She took her purse and ran out of the door, and I never saw her again. I fell into a deep depression. I couldn't deal with all of it anymore. I couldn't get up to get to work, so I got a call from my manager. He fired me. I was at the lowest point of my life. I spent days, weeks, staring at the TV and eating. But just then, my life did a 180 yet again. And this time, for good. I came across these hilarious stand-ups. I kept watching them and laughing when this idea hit me. I could do it. There must be a way I could do it. I searched through the events in my town and found an open mic night. I prepared myself, wrote some jokes, dressed up, and went there. I remember I was so nervous. I could barely eat or drink that evening. I went on stage and held that microphone as if my life depended on it. But I started talking about my journey, about my self-esteem, about my struggles. And the people were laughing. This time, not at me. They were laughing with me. There was something about my story that resonated with them. After that night, I started doing comedy. I don't make that much money from it now, but someday I will. It gave me confidence, and it finally made me accept who I am and how I look. And after I accepted myself, people started treating me better. Sometimes even girls flirt with me, and they make cute comments about my looks. Maybe now I'll find a woman that will love me just as I am. A funny comic, a werewolf, a romantic.
Did you like this story? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Dear Diary as we post new stories every week.